What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we're taking a look at the newest update here on the ROG Ally for Armoury Crate 136, and also there's an update in my Asus as well. Let's take a look at the notes really quickly, and then we'll actually look at this stuff or some of it on the Ally. So we have released a new update for the microcontroller unit and a new update for Armoury Crate SE on the ROG Ally. They've added hold to repeat functionality to the controller buttons, more VRAM options, fixed some stuff with the dead zones for the sticks on desktop mode. New features in the content tab like where is my ally, remove button functionality and key mapping, more information in command center. They've also, of course, those VRAM options. That's a big one we'll talk about. They've also added Xbox Cloud Gaming and Platform section, and you can download. That's pretty interesting. We'll take a look there. There's some bug fixes with the time and other things. For me, the keyboard popping up all the time when I would open a game, that was a big issue for a while, and that seems to be cleared up so far with this update, and some other things here. So check out the patch notes for all of that, but let's take a look at some of the highlights for me here on the Ally. So one of the first things is, well, let's go over to the content center, and this is where a few of the new items are at. So we have that campaign area. If that's something you're interested in going and diving into, I haven't looked too far into what all that is, but they've got this new campaign spot. Now the game platforms, they've added Xbox Cloud Gaming. We'll take a closer look at that. I just found that pretty interesting. I didn't even know that was on the store because I just use the Xbox app for cloud gaming, but we'll take a look at that. The Help Center now has some additions like the YouTube page here. So their ROG Ally tutorials are easy to access here on the Ally as well, right through Help Center. So that's pretty cool. A lot of quality of life stuff in the content area. And you can see in the update center, we are, of course, on the 1.3.6 for Armoury Crate, and I also did the My Asus update as well. One of the other things, probably one of the bigger things for me actually in this is the operating mode and GPU settings. So now instead of going 4 to 8, we have 5, 6, and 7G for our VRAM that we can select without having to go to the BIOS. Now, of course, you still have to restart the device after you select this, but it still is just a lot easier to do it this way, especially for games like Ratchet and Clank that need 6Gs, or at least it did. So swapping that around should be a bit easier. So definitely happy to see that one there. Now, as far as the snappiness, that's still pretty good here. I actually lost some of it along the way. That seems to be back with this update, so hopefully it stays, but everything's working well, just like it did after the last update. You also have that Wi-Fi and battery percentage and time up there in Command Center, which can be handy when you're in a game or wherever you don't have Armoury Crate just pulled up there. Nice little quality. And End Task also has a little option here now, so you can cancel that out or go ahead and close. A little safety net in case you accidentally hit end task and you didn't really want to close the window behind you. So again, a lot of quality of life improvements to the Ally with this update, and a lot of them are things I do like. But let's take a look at the Xbox Cloud Gaming thing. So you download this from the store, and really what it is, it's just a browser. It's the browser version of Xbox Cloud Gaming, so it'll run a little lighter, quicker, a little easier to get to. So it's interesting, and with Xbox kind of partnering with the Ally and stuff too, I guess it's not that surprising that they would point that out and put it in the platforms, but pretty cool that that works that way. I basically just use the Xbox app to do the same thing and to do remote play, but I'll be checking this out and see what the performance is like there for Xbox Cloud Gaming directly. Now, the other thing we mentioned was the dead zones for the sticks. Now, I'm a touchscreen person on here all the time. I rarely ever use the sticks to move the mouse around, but I figured I'd move it on screen a little bit here and you guys could just see that. But apparently they've worked on dead zones for that, and I've left mine at default. Now, if I go into something like Baldur's Gate, you'll see me click here, and that keyboard doesn't pop up anymore. The on-screen keyboard would just pop up all the time when I would open games. So far, luckily, it hasn't been happening since this update. I'm able to just get right into things when I open apps or open games, and the keyboard doesn't flash up and go away, or I don't have to touch and close it. So all in all, this update really seems to focus on a lot of these little quality of life improvements. A lot of them I'm really happy to see come to the Ally. Very useful stuff, especially with the VRAM and everything there. There's still a lot of issues that need to be worked out with the Ally. I know for mine, the SD card reader is pretty shot. There's issues with that. I know XG Mobile's having some problems, among other things. So hopefully all the major fixes the community is looking for are in the pipeline as well. We definitely need to continue to see improvements to the Ally, but for a first gen device, so far the support has been there, and it looks like they'll keep going. So hopefully that'll be the case, but definitely a decent update here for the Ally that just improves things a little bit more for us. Anyways, guys, thanks a lot for coming to check out the video. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.